In a faraway part of the universe, there was a powerful alien race called the Krylos. They had conquered many galaxies and ruled over countless planets. Their ships were large and strong, equipped with advanced weapons that no one could match. For hundreds of years, they expanded their empire without facing any real challenge. Other species either joined them willingly or were destroyed if they resisted. The Krylos believed they were unbeatable, and for a long time, they were right. One day, however, humans entered the galactic stage. Humanity had been exploring space for only a short time compared to the Krylos, but they were quick learners. Earth's leaders knew that staying hidden was no longer an option. If humanity wanted to survive, it needed to stand up to the Krylos. Under the leadership of Commander Alex Carter, Earth built a fleet of warships to fight back. These ships were not as advanced as those of the Krylos, but they carried the hopes of billions of people on Earth. The first battles did not go well for humanity. The Krylos forces overwhelmed them with superior firepower and tactics. Many human ships were destroyed, and entire colonies were lost. Despite their losses, humanity refused to give up. They kept building new ships and training better pilots. Among these fighters was a man named Ryan Mitchell, who would soon become a key figure in the war. Ryan was calm under pressure and known for his clever strategies. He commanded a ship called the Odyssey, which was different from others in the fleet. It was smaller, faster, and carried experimental technology that made it harder to detect. At first, the Odyssey played a supporting role in battles, helping larger ships retreat when things went wrong. But everything changed during a major attack on a human colony. The Krylos sent dozens of ships to destroy the settlement, thinking it would be an easy victory. What they didn't expect was the Odyssey. Using its speed and stealth, Ryan led his crew into the heart of the enemy formation. They launched surprise attacks, targeting the weakest points of the Krylos ships. One by one, the massive alien vessels fell, giving the human fleet enough time to regroup and counterattack. News of the Odyssey success spread quickly. People began to see it as a symbol of hope. Even Commander Alex Carter praised Ryan and his crew, calling them the spark we need to turn this war around. But Ryan knew the fight was far from over. While the Odyssey had proven itself, the Krylos still outnumbered humanity by a wide margin. Their empire stretched across thousands of star systems, and their resources seemed endless. To truly defeat them, humanity needed more than just clever tactics. They needed something unexpected. Among Ryan's crew was Lieutenant Emily Dawson, a skilled engineer who had worked hard to make the Odyssey special. She spent countless hours improving its engines, shields, and weapons. Her innovations gave the ship abilities no other human vessel possessed. Emily often stayed up late at night, sketching designs and running tests. She believed that science and creativity could help humanity win against the odds. Though soft-spoken, she earned the respect of everyone aboard the Odyssey. As the war dragged on, the Krylos grew frustrated. How could such a small, primitive species keep resisting them? They decided to crush humanity once and for all. High Admiral Karis Voss, the leader of the Krylos forces, vowed to wipe out every last human ship. He gathered a massive armada and set out to find the Odyssey. Little did he know, this decision would lead to events that would shake the foundations of his empire. For now, though, the galaxy remained under Krylos control. Humanity's survival depended on the bravery of men and women like Ryan Mitchell and Emily Dawson. And somewhere in the cold vastness of space, the Odyssey drifted silently, waiting for its next mission. After the Odyssey's surprising victory, word of its exploits spread across human-controlled space. People began to see hope where there had been none before. The Krylos, once thought invincible, now faced a new kind of enemy, one that was small but relentless. Captain Ryan Mitchell and his crew became legends almost overnight. Stories circulated about how the Odyssey had outmaneuvered and outsmarted the massive Krylos fleet. But fame wasn't something Ryan or his crew cared about. They knew their fight was far from over. The Odyssey was different from other human ships in many ways. It was smaller, faster, and carried experimental technology designed by Lieutenant Emily Dawson. Her innovations gave the ship abilities no one else had. For example, the Odyssey could cloak itself, making it nearly invisible to enemy sensors. This allowed Ryan and his team to strike quickly and disappear before the Krylos could respond. It also had advanced weapon systems, capable of targeting weak points on even the largest Krylos warships. These features made the Odyssey a formidable opponent, despite its size. But what truly set the Odyssey apart was its crew. Each member played a vital role in keeping the ship running smoothly. Navigator Lisa Hayes was responsible for plotting courses through dangerous parts of space. She had an uncanny ability to find safe paths even when it seemed impossible. Communications officer Jason Cole worked tirelessly to intercept Krylos transmissions and gather intelligence. His efforts often gave the crew valuable insights into enemy plans. And then there was Emily Dawson, whose engineering skills kept the ship in top condition. Without her, the Odyssey would never have achieved half of what it did. As news of the Odyssey reached Earth, Commander Alex Carter decided to use the ship as a spearhead for humanity's resistance. Instead of fighting head-on battles they couldn't win, he ordered Ryan and his crew to focus on hit-and-run tactics. Their goal was to disrupt Krylos' supply lines and weaken their forces bit by bit. At first, these missions were risky. The crew had to venture deep into enemy territory, where they were outnumbered and vulnerable. But Ryan's leadership and Emily's technological upgrades gave them an edge. During one mission, the Odyssey attacked a convoy carrying vital resources to the Krylos front lines. Using its cloaking device, the ship sneaked up on the convoy undetected. When the attack began, chaos erupted among the Krylos ships. They scrambled to defend themselves but couldn't locate the source of the assault. By the time they realized what was happening, most of the convoy had been destroyed. The Odyssey slipped away before reinforcements arrived, leaving the Krylos confused and angry. These raids angered High Admiral Karis Voss, the leader of the Krylos forces. He saw the Odyssey as a threat not just because of its actions, but because it inspired others to resist. If one small ship could defy the mighty Krylos Empire, what might larger groups achieve? Determined to crush this rebellion, Voss ordered his best commanders to hunt down the Odyssey. He promised rewards to anyone who could capture or destroy it. Back aboard the Odyssey, Ryan and his crew celebrated their successes but remained cautious. They knew the Krylos wouldn't give up easily. During a quiet moment, Ryan spoke with Emily about their future. "We've shown them we can fight," he said, "but we're still just one ship. We need to do more if we want to turn this war around." Emily nodded, already thinking ahead. She believed the key lay in finding the Krylos' weaknesses and exploiting them. Their next target came soon enough. Intelligence reports revealed that the Krylos were building a secret superweapon somewhere in uncharted space. No one knew exactly what it was, but rumors suggested it could destroy entire planets. Ryan saw this as an opportunity. If they could sabotage the weapon, they might deal a crippling blow to the Krylos Empire. But getting close enough to do so would be dangerous. The area was heavily guarded, and failure meant certain death. Despite the risks, Ryan decided to go forward with the plan. He trusted his crew to rise to the challenge. As the Odyssey prepared for its most daring mission yet, everyone aboard felt a mix of fear and determination. They knew the odds were against them, but they also knew they had something the Krylos didn't: hope. And sometimes, hope was enough to change the course of history. The Odyssey was about to face its toughest challenge yet. Intelligence reports had confirmed that the Krylos were building a superweapon in an uncharted region of space. This weapon, hidden inside a massive orbital fortress, posed a grave threat to humanity. If completed, it could destroy entire planets with a single shot. Ryan Mitchell knew they couldn't let that happen. He gathered his crew for a meeting to discuss their plan. "We're going in," Ryan said firmly. "But we'll need to be smart about it. The fortress is heavily guarded, and if we make one mistake, we're done for." His words hung heavy in the air, but no one flinched. They trusted Ryan's leadership and were ready to follow him into danger. Emily Dawson stepped forward. "I've been studying the fortress's design," she explained. "It has multiple layers of defense, turrets, drones, and Krylos soldiers. But there's a weak point near the reactor core. If we can disable it, the whole structure might collapse." Ryan nodded. "That's our target. We'll split into 2 teams. Emily, you'll lead a group to sabotage the core. I'll stay on the Odyssey to draw their attention and keep them busy." The plan was risky, but it was their only chance. Before leaving, Jason Cole intercepted enemy communications, giving them detailed information about the fortress's layout and guard rotations. Armed with this knowledge, the crew prepared for the mission. They checked their equipment, reviewed the plan, and steeled themselves for what lay ahead. As the Odyssey approached the fortress, tension filled the ship. Everyone moved quietly, focused on their tasks. Using its cloaking device, the ship slipped past the outer defenses undetected. Once inside, the crew launched small shuttles to transport Emily and her team to the surface of the fortress. Ryan stayed behind, guiding the Odyssey toward a cluster of Krylos ships stationed nearby. When the shuttles landed, Emily's team moved quickly. They wore suits designed to blend with the environment, making them harder to spot. As they crept through the fortress, alarms blared in the distance. The Krylos had detected the Odyssey's presence and scrambled to respond. This distraction gave Emily's team precious time to reach their destination. Meanwhile, Ryan engaged the enemy fleet. The Odyssey darted between larger Krylos ships, firing precise shots at their engines and weapon systems. Its speed and agility made it difficult to hit, frustrating the Krylos commanders. "Keep them chasing us," Ryan told his pilot. "Buy as much time as you can." Back on the fortress, Emily's team faced unexpected challenges. Automated turrets opened fire as soon as they entered a critical corridor. One of the crew members, a young engineer named Mark, took cover behind a wall while another worked to disable the turrets. Bullets ricocheted off metal surfaces, filling the air with sparks and noise. Finally, the turrets fell silent, allowing the team to press on. Deeper inside the fortress, they encountered Krylos soldiers. A fierce firefight broke out. Emily stayed calm under pressure, directing her team to take cover and return fire. Her quick thinking saved them more than once. Slowly but surely, they pushed forward, inching closer to the reactor core. As the battle raged both inside and outside the fortress, Ryan received a message from Earth. Commander Alex Carter warned him that High Admiral Karis Voss himself was en route with reinforcements. Time was running out. Ryan clenched his fists, knowing they had to succeed before Voss arrived. Despite the odds, hope burned brightly within the crew of the Odyssey. Each member played their part, trusting that their combined efforts would lead to victory. Ryan whispered to himself, "We're not just fighting for Earth. We're fighting for everyone who ever thought they couldn't win." With determination driving them, the crew pressed on, unaware of the sacrifices that awaited them and the legacy they were about to create. Inside the fortress, Emily Dawson and her team faced growing dangers with every step. The corridors were dimly lit, filled with the hum of machinery and the distant sound of explosions from outside. Ryan's diversion was working. The Krylos forces were distracted by the Odyssey's relentless attacks, but time was slipping away. Emily knew they had to move faster. The reactor core wasn't far now. but the path ahead was blocked by a group of Krylos soldiers. These aliens were taller than humans, their armored bodies glowing faintly in the low light. They carried weapons that fired bursts of energy, capable of cutting through metal. Emily signaled for her team to take cover behind a stack of crates. Her heart pounded as she peeked around the corner, assessing the situation. "We can't fight them all," whispered Mark, the young engineer who had helped disable the turrets earlier. His voice shook slightly, but his hands were steady on his weapon. Emily nodded. "We don't have to. Distract them." She pointed to a side corridor. "Jason, you and Lisa go that way. Make some noise. Draw them off." Jason Cole and Lisa Hayes nodded without hesitation. They slipped away quietly, moving toward the other corridor. A few moments later, they triggered an alarm panel on the wall. Loud sirens blared, and red lights flashed throughout the hallway. The Krylos soldiers turned their attention to the noise, leaving Emily and Mark free to slip past unnoticed. As they reached the reactor core chamber, Emily felt a surge of relief, but it didn't last long. The room was massive, filled with towering machines and pulsing energy conduits. In the center stood the reactor itself, a glowing orb surrounded by thick cables and protective shields. Emily quickly scanned the setup, trying to figure out how to disable it. "It's more complicated than I thought," she muttered under her breath. "Mark, give me a hand." Together, they worked feverishly, connecting wires and rerouting power flows. Emily's hands moved with practiced precision, guided by years of engineering experience. But as they worked, the ground began to shake. The Krylos had realized what was happening and were sending reinforcements. "They're coming," Mark shouted, glancing nervously at the entrance. He raised his weapon, ready to defend Emily if needed. "Almost done," Emily replied, her voice tight with focus. Sweat dripped down her face as she connected the final wire. Suddenly, the reactor's glow flickered. Alarms began to wail even louder, warning of an imminent overload. "We need to get out of here," Mark yelled, grabbing Emily's arm. But Emily hesitated. She looked at the reactor, then back at her team. If they left now, there was no guarantee the sabotage would hold. Someone needed to stay behind and make sure the core exploded, destroying the fortress and the superweapon inside. "I'll do it," she said firmly, meeting Mark's shocked gaze. "You go. Tell Ryan we succeeded." "No," Mark protested. "There has to be another way." "There isn't," Emily said softly. "Go. Now." Her tone left no room for argument. Reluctantly, Mark turned and ran, tears streaming down his face. Outside, Ryan fought desperately to keep the Krylos fleet occupied. The *Odyssey* darted between enemy ships, firing salvos while dodging return fire. High Admiral Karis Foss's flagship loomed in the distance, its massive cannons charging for a devastating attack. "Ryan, we're picking up massive energy readings from the fortress," Jason called out from his station. "It's going critical." Ryan clenched his jaw. "Bring everyone back. Now." One by one, the shuttles returned to the *Odyssey*, carrying the surviving members of Emily's team. When Mark arrived, he delivered Emily's message. Ryan closed his eyes for a moment, pain etched across his face. Then he gave the order, "Jump to safe distance." As the *Odyssey* sped away, the fortress erupted in a blinding explosion. The shockwave rippled through space, scattering debris and crippling nearby Krylos ships. For a moment, the crew watched in silence, honoring Emily's sacrifice. "She did it," Ryan finally said, his voice heavy. "She saved us all." Though grief weighed heavily on them, the crew knew Emily's bravery had turned the tide of the battle, and perhaps the entire war. The Krylos Empire had been dealt a blow it wouldn't soon recover from, and aboard the *Odyssey*, hope burned brighter than ever. The explosion of the fortress lit up the darkness of space like a second sun. The shockwave rippled outward, sending chunks of debris hurtling in all directions. The Krylos fleet, caught off guard by the sudden destruction, struggled to regain control. Ships that had been too close to the fortress were torn apart, while others limped away, damaged and disoriented. High Admiral Karis Voss watched in stunned silence from his flagship as the symbol of his empire's invincibility crumbled before his eyes. Aboard the Odyssey, the crew stared at the aftermath through the ship's viewports. No one spoke. The weight of Emily Dawson's sacrifice hung heavily over them. She had given her life to ensure the mission's success, and her bravery had changed everything. Ryan Mitchell stood quietly, his hands gripping the edge of the command console. His mind raced with thoughts of what came next, but for now, he allowed himself a moment to grieve. "She saved us," Lisa Hayes said softly, breaking the silence. Her voice trembled with emotion. "We wouldn't be here without her." Ryan nodded slowly. She knew what she was doing, and she did it because she believed in us, all of us. He turned to face the crew. "We owe it to her to keep fighting, to finish what we started." Jason Cole, still seated at his communication station, suddenly straightened. "I'm picking up something," he said urgently. "It's data, coming from the wreckage of the fortress. Looks like fragments of their systems are still transmitting." Ryan frowned. "Can you decode it?" "I'll try," Jason replied, his fingers flying across the keyboard. Moments later, his eyes widened. "It's coordinates for the Krylos homeworld." The room fell silent again. The Krylos homeworld was the heart of their empire, the source of their power and control. Humanity had never known its location until now. With this information, Earth could plan a final strike against the Krylos, potentially ending the war once and for all. "We need to get this back to Commander Carter," Ryan said firmly. "But first, we need to survive long enough to make it home." High Admiral Voss wasn't about to let the Odyssey escape. Enraged by the loss of the fortress and the superweapon, he ordered his remaining ships to pursue the human vessel. The Odyssey's cloaking device had been damaged during the battle, making it harder to evade detection. Ryan knew they couldn't outrun the Krylos fleet forever. "Divert all available power to the engines," Ryan commanded. "We're going to have to lose them the old-fashioned way." The Odyssey banked sharply, diving into a nearby asteroid field. Rocks of all sizes floated lazily through space, creating a chaotic maze of obstacles. The Krylos ships followed cautiously, their larger size making it harder for them to navigate the narrow gaps between asteroids. Ryan used this to his advantage, guiding the Odyssey through tight spaces and forcing the enemy to fall behind. Even so, the chase was far from over. Laser fire streaked past the ship as the Krylos closed in. Alarms blared throughout the Odyssey, warning of hull breaches and failing systems. The crew worked tirelessly to keep the ship running, patching leaks and rerouting power where needed. "Shields are down to 20%. Lisa shouted, her voice tense. "Hold steady," Ryan replied. "Just a little farther." As they neared the edge of the asteroid field, Jason called out, "I've got an idea. There's a gas cloud ahead. If we can lure them into it, we might be able to blind their sensors." Ryan didn't hesitate. "Do it." The Odyssey veered toward the cloud, disappearing into its swirling haze. The Krylos ships followed, confident they had cornered their prey. But inside the cloud, visibility dropped to zero. The Krylos lost track of the Odyssey, firing blindly in frustration. "Now," Ryan ordered, "full speed out of here." The Odyssey shot out of the cloud and into open space, leaving the confused Krylos fleet behind. For the first time in hours, the crew allowed themselves a small sigh of relief. They weren't safe yet, but they had bought themselves some time. As the ship sped toward Earth, Ryan looked at the coordinates displayed on the screen. The Krylos homeworld was within reach. Humanity had taken a massive step forward, thanks to Emily's courage and the determination of everyone aboard the Odyssey. The war wasn't over, but for the first time, victory felt possible. The journey back to Earth was long and tense. The crew of the Odyssey worked tirelessly to repair the damage sustained during their escape from the Krylos fleet. Every system on the ship had been pushed to its limits, and exhaustion weighed heavily on everyone. But despite their fatigue, there was a sense of purpose driving them forward. They carried critical information, the coordinates of the Krylos homeworld, and they knew it could change the course of the war. Ryan Mitchell spent most of his time in the command center, monitoring the ship's progress and ensuring they stayed on course. His mind often drifted to Emily Dawson. Her sacrifice haunted him, but it also fueled his resolve. He vowed not to let her death be in vain. "We'll make this count," he whispered to himself late one night as he stared at the stars outside the viewport. As they approached Earth's solar system, Jason Cole intercepted transmissions from Commander Alex Carter. The news wasn't good. The Krylos had launched a massive assault on human colonies while the Odyssey was away. Entire settlements had been wiped out, and morale among Earth's forces was at an all-time low. Humanity was losing ground fast. "We need to act quickly," Ryan said after hearing the report. "If we don't strike back soon, there won't be anything left to fight for." When the Odyssey finally docked at Earth's main space station, Commander Carter greeted Ryan personally. The two men met in a small briefing room, where Ryan handed over the data containing the Krylos homeworld coordinates. Carter studied the information carefully, his expression grim. "This changes everything," Carter said after a moment. "With these coordinates, we can plan a direct attack on their home planet. But it won't be easy. Their defenses will be stronger than anything we faced before." Ryan nodded. "We've beaten them before. We can do it again." Carter looked at him, pride and sadness mingling in his eyes. "At what cost? We've already lost too many good people, including Emily." Her name hung in the air between them. Ryan lowered his gaze. "She believed in us. All of us. That's why she stayed behind. And that's why we have to keep fighting." Preparations for the final assault began immediately. Earth's remaining fleet was gathered and refitted with new weapons and technology inspired by the Odyssey. Engineers worked around the clock to build upgraded ships capable of taking on the Krylos. Meanwhile, strategists pored over maps and simulations, planning every detail of the attack. Ryan insisted on leading the mission. "The Odyssey started this," he told Carter. "It should finish it." After some hesitation, Carter agreed. The crew of the Odyssey volunteered unanimously, despite knowing the risks. They had come too far to turn back now. As the day of the attack approached, tensions ran high. The crew gathered in the mess hall one evening, sharing stories and memories of those they had lost. Mark, who still struggled with guilt over leaving Emily behind, spoke quietly about her brilliance and determination. "She always found a way to fix things," he said, "even when no one thought it was possible." Ryan listened silently, then stood up. "Emily gave us a chance to win this war. Now it's our job to honor her memory. When we hit the Krylos homeworld, we'll show them that humanity doesn't give up. Not ever." The next morning, the fleet set out. Dozens of ships, led by the Odyssey, jumped into hyperspace, heading straight for the heart of the Krylos Empire. As they traveled, Ryan walked through the corridors of the ship, checking in with his crew. Each person nodded or smiled faintly as he passed, their faces reflecting both fear and determination. When they arrived at the Krylos homeworld, the sight was overwhelming. The planet was surrounded by layers of defensive satellites and warships, forming an impenetrable wall of steel and energy. But Ryan didn't flinch. He turned to his crew and gave the order they had been waiting for. "Let's end this." The battle that followed would go down in history, not just as humanity's greatest victory, but as proof that even the smallest spark of hope could ignite a fire strong enough to challenge an empire. The battle for the Krylos homeworld was fierce and chaotic. The human fleet emerged from hyperspace, catching the alien forces off guard, but only for a moment. Alarms blared across the Krylos defenses as their ships scrambled to respond. Lasers and missiles filled the space between the two fleets, lighting up the darkness like a storm of fire. Ryan Mitchell led the charge aboard the Odyssey *, weaving through enemy formations with unmatched speed and precision. The ship's upgraded weapons tore through Krylos vessels, creating openings for the rest of the human fleet to exploit. "Stay sharp," Ryan called out to his crew. "We're not done yet." High Admiral Karis Voss commanded the Krylos forces from his flagship, furious at the audacity of the humans. He had underestimated them before, and he wasn't about to make the same mistake again. Ordering his largest ships to focus fire on the Odyssey *, he hoped to eliminate the heart of the human assault. But the Odyssey * was too fast, slipping through gaps in the enemy lines and striking back with devastating accuracy. Inside the Odyssey *, the crew worked tirelessly under intense pressure. Jason Cole intercepted enemy communications, feeding vital information to Ryan. Lissa Hayes plotted evasive maneuvers, her hands steady despite the chaos around her. Mark manned one of the weapon stations, his face set with determination as he fired shot after shot. Each member played their part, united by a shared purpose. As the battle raged, the human fleet pushed closer to the planet's surface. Their objective was clear: destroy the central command center that controlled the Krylos Empire. Without it, the aliens' vast network of ships and colonies would collapse into disarray. The command center was heavily guarded, surrounded by layers of shields and turrets. Breaking through seemed impossible, but the crew of the Odyssey * had faced impossible odds before. "We'll punch a hole," Ryan declared. "Follow me in." The Odyssey * surged forward, drawing enemy fire away from the other human ships. Its engines roared as it dove toward the planet, narrowly avoiding barrages of energy blasts. When they reached the shield perimeter, Emily Dawson's old modifications proved invaluable. A specialized pulse weapon overloaded the shield generators, creating a breach just wide enough for the fleet to slip through. One by one, the human ships entered the atmosphere, heading straight for the command center. Explosions rocked the skies as Krylos fighters swarmed to defend their stronghold. The battle grew more desperate with every passing second. Some human ships were lost, their crews sacrificing themselves to protect others. But the survivors pressed on, driven by the memory of those who had fallen, including Emily. Finally, the Odyssey * reached the command center. It was a towering structure, bristling with cannons and glowing with power. Ryan gave the order to fire everything they had left. Missiles streaked toward the building, punching through its defenses and detonating inside. The explosion lit up the horizon, sending shockwaves rippling outward. The Krylos Empire crumbled almost instantly. Ships across the galaxy lost contact with their leaders and began retreating or surrendering. Humanity had won. Back aboard the Odyssey *, the crew watched the destruction in silence. Tears streamed down some faces, while others simply stared in awe. They had done what once seemed impossible. Ryan stepped forward, his voice quiet but firm. "This is for everyone who fought and never gave up. For Emily. For Earth." News of the victory spread quickly, bringing hope to billions. The war was over, but the scars remained. Ryan knew the road ahead wouldn't be easy. Rebuilding would take time and effort. Still, as he gazed at the stars, he felt a sense of peace. Humanity had proven itself stronger than anyone thought. And somewhere, deep in the void of space, the spirit of Emily Dawson smiled. Her sacrifice had ignited a spark that changed the galaxy forever.